18 months ago, I was part of a textile arts class at my high school, Polaris. For our final project, we needed to make either a doll or a stuffed animal, and I chose to make a doll. Turns out, this little choice set something huge in motion. A month later, I found myself in Nicaragua, where my family had moved for 6 months. We invested most of our time in 2 different communities. Through these communities and this community, my life will be forever changed. While in Nicaragua, I encountered poverty like we just do not see in Colorado. I wanted to do something to make an impact, but I was just a 15-year-old girl from Fort Collins. How am I equipped to make a difference? It's the Starfish Story, right? A man walks down the beach, hundreds of stranded starfish. He picks one up and throws it back into the ocean. His companion says, "But there are still all of these." And the man said, "But I made a difference for this one." My vision then became, how can I change the world for as many this ones as possible? So I thought back to that textile arts project and started sewing one doll at a time. BuyADoll, GiveADoll. For every doll I sold, I made a second to give away to a little girl in a third world country. 4 local businesses began selling my dolls. Many thanks to Prima Bodywear, Mama Said So, The Presser Foot, and Buttercream Cupcakery for their incredible support. Dolls aren't my first sewing endeavor. I've had a business selling clothing and accessories made out of recycled materials for the past 4 years. My company is called Oli-Bo-Bolly, so naturally, when I began making dolls, I called them the Oli-Bo-Bolly Dolly. Knowing that over 85% of clothing in our landfills is still wearable, I use as many recycled textiles as I can. Scientific studies prove that natural materials compost much quicker than synthetics, so when I do need to purchase new materials, I opt for natural materials. The Sustainable Living Fair has been just one of the local organizations that has supported me. My designs have been modeled in the fair's fashion shows, and I have been given opportunities to sell my collections in a booth. Through the Sustainable Living Fair, I learned about the Global Leaders Young Entrepreneurship Competition. I felt like it was a long shot, but I put my best foot forward, and I won. The prize was $1,000 and mentorship with local experts. I now had resources to take this project to the next level. Early success meant I couldn't make the dolls quick enough. I sold 70 dolls, which meant I actually needed to make 140. I hosted sewing bees to help me complete my give dolls, and people I knew and people I didn't jumped in to help. Along the way, I had another idea. Could I hire women in Nicaragua to sew the give dolls? Would I be able to somehow empower them by teaching them to make the dolls and then be able to give them a dignified wage too? I purchased plane tickets and plans began to be made for a trip back to Nicaragua. I brainstormed with local organizations. Fort Collins is rich with resources. The months of preparation for Nicaragua were very full, and it felt like I was sewing around the clock to keep up with orders. I had within one day just wondering why I was doing this. My grandpa came to visit, and he gave me a gift. He wasn't sure that I would want it, and it was a cloth doll that my great-grandmother had made, with an embroidered face made out of recycled materials. She lived right here in Fort Collins and sold these dolls on North College Avenue in the 1940s, very close to where I now sell my dolls at the new Mama Said So location. This was the final piece of encouragement I needed to keep going. This was in my blood, and I was created to do this. I love each doll I make and wish they would last forever, but the toll that a little girl's love and its often sticky fingers will have on their little doll will be tangible. So something that is timeless and eternal? How about when I give the girls the dolls, I look them in the eye and tell them some truths about themselves? That they are beautiful, they are loved, they are one of a kind, they are special, and they are made for a purpose. This is the content of the tag attached to every single Oli-Bo-Bolly dolly I give away. 4 days ago, I returned from Nicaragua, where I gave away 73 dolls and hosted 3 sewing workshops. I learned that the truths on the tags are not only for the girls who who receive the dolls, but for the women who make them, too. So while there, I looked over 100 people straight in the eye and encouraged them with the message able to last forever. This is an exciting time for me, and I hope it's plain to see that this project is so much bigger than me, my abilities, and the number of minutes available to me each day. I have been encouraged, and I want to do that for each of you too. So, Fort Collins, I'm certain that there are this ones for you to make a difference for as well. So know that you are special, you are made for a purpose, you are beautiful, and you are important. Thank you.